What's up, YouTube? I'm Endless, and I'm back to bring you week 5 of LTM versus Aimel. So I'm going to give quick spoilers for those who did not see last week's video, which went up yesterday, technically. So we got a huge win over Jesse, 504, who I consider one of the hardest opponents in the league, alongside Who and now Aimel. So my gauntlet continues here. I'm very happy I got that huge win last week. Bumped up my differential a lot, which I really needed. Brought me up to 3-1 plus 8. But now we have another really strong roadblock ahead of us, which is Aimel. Just like Jesse and just like Who, Aimel has played in DPL and DCL. Well, I don't know if he's played in DCL, but he's played in DPL in lots of our high-level tournaments. He's won Wi-Fi leagues. He's known for his creative prep, great play. He's just an amazing player. We have played once before, which was in the Banless Bowers Invitational Tournament back at the very start of Skyrim and Violet. That was an Uber's tournament of a $125 cash prize. I won the whole tournament with Miraidon, Mega Megagross, and Last Respect Bastion Legion, and I took on Aimel in the semifinals top 4. I did take him down there. Miraidon did Miraidon things once the Mega Altaria went down, but that was a nice win. However, I'm sure he's going to want some revenge if he remembers that. If not, he's just going to want the win anyway. Aimel is also 3-1 going into this game, so once again, this won't be easy. Let's get into the matchup, though. So the first thing we see automatically is Entei destroys us. I do not have a switch in. It's like Biz Dev Tank roll, but just character combos. If he that gets free KO'd, Typhlosion, so he doesn't get Flash Fire, so it gets destroyed. Sandakana can switch in with Biz Dev set, but doesn't really want to. So Entei is terrifying. That being is a huge problem. I will need a lot of my prep to be centered around that. In terms of other threats, TERA REUNICLUS is very scary. I'm really worried about Calm Mind. I think that set makes a lot of sense here to me because I don't have Encore. But of course, he could run artists like Trick Room or Assault Vest or whatever. So, and it's Terra type is really hard to gauge here. It could be electric like everyone else is freaking brought. But I can also see it being other types like Fairy and stuff. So, actually, Fairy's not good. I was maybe thinking Poison or Dark for Okidogi. Not Dark Ghost. I'm out of it tonight. Sorry, but yeah. So, Ryuko's is very scary. Hippowdon is quite annoying. It's a good check to Okidogi, which he doesn't have much of otherwise. He also has the Overquill, which is another intimidator, so I do need to run Guard Dog. It could come. I don't think Overquill's amazing to me. I think it's probably benched here. It only really does much as just Sneasel, and offensively it's not great either. Primarina is a problem. I mean, I have a tag rule, but like you can just turn around and drop in a breaker, and then so what? And then you can just quick buttons later. Could also be fat to take on Student Typhlosion, Student Braviary, and Sneasel. So I'm getting a Scout. It's set in the game itself. Hariyama, its breaker set's pretty good. I know of great switch-ins outside Scarm, and Scarm gets worn down. Rotom Fan seems pretty likely to come here. Electric's very strong into me, as we've seen. I don't see much reason for him not to bring it here. And then Snorlax. Snorlax could come for a Student Typhlosion. I feel like he has enough counterplay otherwise with like Entei and Primarina and Thick Fat Hariyama. They won't need to bring Snorlax, but he could theoretically come. It's a pretty solid Hisuian Braviary check. And lastly, Terra Lilligant. It's okay here. I don't think it's amazing to me. I think with Terra Ricos being so strong into me, he's going to want Terra that. And Lilligant without Terra doesn't really do much. So that said, let's get into the matchup itself. Show him load. So starting off, we are once again rocking Choice Band Okidogi. This week it is Terra Water. Terra Water is really good to see. It helps with Entei. Helps with Entei is the big one. Also helps do some mind games with Prim, so I can't necessarily click its water move for free. I did have Terra Blast at one point for Hippowdon, but I ended up taking it off because Choice Band close combat just a ton anyway. We're adamant we are Guard Dog because again we have to respect the Intimidate Okidogi. Overquill. Even though I really wish it was I really wish I could run Poison Chain Toxic Chain this game because stuff like Hippowdon would be really nice to get Poison on. And Gunk Shot's pretty free, and then close combat knockoff Drain Punch. Nothing too crazy. Next up, we do have our Primarina check Tentacruel. Tentacruel here is running just enough speed to outspeed Max Prim, and then just Rabbit Spin Flip turn 2 attacks with Boots. Just lets it take special hits. It's pretty still set, but I don't really need much else here. It's Tentacruel. It does what it does. Now we have a set I really cooked on. This is a Weakness Policy Dual Dance Braviary with a ton of bulk. I don't remember what the bulk lives, I'll be honest, but the speed is for at +2. I got what's I don't Oh yes, it has to be Scarf Prim at +2. That's what it was. Hurricane, Psyshock is team really hard. Psyshock is good for if REUNICLUS starts Calm Minding. They like hits me with a super effective Shadow Ball or a TERA Blast of a certain type. It procs my weakness policy, allowing me to be at 1v1. Overcold Crunch, Prim Ice Beam. There's quite a few ways for him to proc the weakness policy. And then this thing kind of just goes to town. It's a bit hard to position, but hopefully I can get it to go in the game. Now we have a really weird set forth, which is Scarf Special Grimmsnarl. I really wanted screens here, but I realized I have like no Calm Minding REUNICLUS counterplay, so I just wanted to trick Scarf to be able to neutralize that. Then a Parting Shot's pretty good here, of course. In hindsight, I probably should have run Frisk so that Overquote cannot stop my Parting Shot and tricks, but in hindsight 2020, we'll see if it matters. And yeah, just special because it hits the team a little harder overall with the monsters I won't actually be hitting. Scarf also helps a little bit with some things like Entei, but realistically, like, this has to be Entei plus with the Scarf, but like, realistically, this thing's here to switch your REUNICLUS and trick it. Next, we have a FizzDef Sandaconda. These are only semblance of an Entei check. It's a very shaky one because I believe it takes like 45 from Bane Sacred Fire, which is why I am heavy duty boots to ensure I live 2 from full, even after like the burn chip. EQ hits it, rest, Stealth Rock, per obvious reasons, and Stone Edge for the Rowan fan. I don't want to let that thing come in and start nasty plotting. I will say I don't love rest. Rest is really frustrating because it does leave me vulnerable if I don't get the shed skins, but it does feel necessary this game. And with Sacred Fire only having 8 PP, it will allow me to stall that out more effectively. And lastly, we are bringing Ampharos again. I couldn't find a 6-mana one in this matchup, and I kind of realized I just need to break down the defenses for something like Grimmsnarl or Okidogi doing in the end game. So it is another potential end game as well. Meteor Beam power with Thunderbolt, Terra Blast, and Agility. The speed is at +2. Oh, what is this? 334. I don't remember what 334 does. It's for something, I'm sure. But yeah. So we also have there's just attacks. It's static. No or useful abilities, obviously. And Terra Blast Thunderbolt hits pretty much the whole team. Meteor Beam is mainly here just to get that boost so I can start doing good damage to things. And yes, the team, I'll be it. I don't think it is my best build, but I was a bit of a tight on time this week due to a family emergency, which is also the reason why I was unable to get up last week's video on time. But just to recap, we do have Choice Band Okidogi, Boots, Bedef, Tag Roll, Weakness Policy, Double Dance, Braviary, Scarf Trick, Grimmsnarl, Boots FizzDef Sandaconda with Rest, and Meteor Beam, Agility, Terra Water, Ampharos. So that's the whole team. Let's get into the battle. Here we are with the battle versus Aimel. As you see, we're in the competition, aptly named Quack, which is quite funny. Aimel has a good sense of humor, and we'll search soon, and we'll find Aimel. And so he will, as well as pause on preview. He did let me know he is Terra Electric REUNICLUS, which, I mean, not that surprising. Terra Electric's really fucking good into me, as we've seen with every single person. He also has the Hariyama, the Entei, the Primarina, the Snorlax, and the Hippowdon. That means the benches were Overquill, Logan, and Rowan Fan. I thought Rowan Fan had a decent chance to come, but I get why it's not here, and the rest all makes sense. Nothing too crazy. Pretty much what I expected to see. I don't think I really had a great lead plan going into this game. Usually I do, but I'll be honest, with this game, my head was not really in it. I had a recent really big family emergency, which is kind of completely distracting me. But that's how it goes sometimes. That's not an excuse for whether or not I play well in this game. So I'm just going to leave with Grimmsnarl. It's not great, but I figured I can like Parting Shot out on stuff. It seems okay. Oh, I forgot to put this to 1.5. Let me do that from now for the rest of this. That should help out. And there's Aimel with the Ice Cube. Makes sense. He leads with REUNICLUS, and I do lead with Grimmsnarl. I do consider tricking, but I ended up going Parting Shot because I didn't think he was gonna stay in. I didn't want to risk I kind of need the Scarf for later. So he just goes Hippo. Makes sense. I'm just gonna Parting Shot out. Don't reveal I'm Scarf, which is nice. Now I have a great Braviary. Yeah, I just brought in Braviary. Do have a great amount to bring in here. And I'm going to take a bit of Sand Chip, which that's not ideal because I don't have Roost or anything, but... I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to Calm Mind. And I'm not actually hovering over the TERA, just my Switch Joy-Cons sucking. So he goes into Snorlax, which is pretty obviously the Braviary check is very specially defensive. And I'm just going to fire off a Psyshock. We're going to see for his damage. He's got some Fizz Def on him, which is really not great for me. Eats a Citrus, and he's going to Body Slam. Do about half after the Sandstorm. Fortunately, luckily no Para, but that's not great. He's out of range now. If I want to keep this alive, I do have to switch. Hindsight, maybe I should have just sacked it and just use the damage on Snorlax, but 2020. In comes Sandaconda. As he Body Slams again. And he does get the paralysis. I am Shed Skin, so hopefully I can get that at some point. Yeah, I do it, get it immediately. The Sand goes in, and I'm just going to take this opportunity to set up my rocks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's pretty free here. The Snorlax isn't framing me too much. And in comes Primarina, which is obviously not ideal, because getting after a free switch kind of sucks for me. Sand will go away, and now I do just go attack roll. I mean, it's my switch, and it's what that's what attack roll's here for. It's not here for much else, honestly. He's just Psychic for a good amount of damage to me. That does reveal he has a lot of special attack. However, it doesn't show me timid or modest, so I'm not sure at this point. I kind of, based on damage, it looks timid, but it could have been a low roll modest. I'm just going to flip turn, expecting to switch. He does stay in, however, which is obviously not great, because now somebody has to take a gigantic hit. And I just kind of have to go Braviary, because nothing else really wants to take a hit, and Braviary is kind of low already. He's going to quick Sing, which indicates he's probably Blunder Policy, because like, why else would you Sing? But putting Braviary to sleep is pretty annoying. However, I am just going to go back out of the attack roll. Which maybe I should have just kept this in, like, I don't know why I kept preserving the Braviary in hindsight, it's not that useful at this point. If I go attack roll, make some Moonblast, does a good chunk. Not actually, it's only 15%, but now I'm gonna Poison Jab, because I need damage. He is going to switch here and go out into Snorlax. So that's not ideal. Obviously, just Poison Jab is going to bounce off this thing. And I'm just going to flip turn because I don't have a great error play. Get Snorlax down to about 20%. And now there's where I finally sack the Braviary. His Body Slams, obviously I haven't burned a sleep turn, so you can just knock me out with another one. So that's Braviary going down, which is one of my primary breakers, so that's not ideal. I believe I just go into Dogi now. I consider going Ampharos and Gate off my Meteor Beam, which honestly I probably should have, but again, my head was not really in this game. But I probably should go Ampharos and Gate off from the Meteor Beam and just try to start making progress. But I go Dogi, and I'm just going to knock off. This goes down to Hippo, so I knock it off, do an okay chunk of damage. This is going to be revealed to be fully physically defensive, which makes sense. I mean, I have an Okidogi. And I take the helmet and the Sand Chip, which is obviously not great. And now I am going to go into Grimmsnarl. Realizing I don't have a great response to this. Yusuke has rocks up, which is very much not ideal. And this time I do Quick Trick. I probably should have Parting Shot, but yeah, I do Quick Trick. Yeah, I definitely should have Parting Shot here, because like this crippling swing isn't as important, but if I can weaken it, I can get somebody else in. Yeah, so I do walk him with Slack off though, so that helps a bit. However, I really should have preserved that for REUNICLUS, because obviously, like, tricking the Hippowdon was a really bad play. He was never going hard REUNICLUS on that, so that made no sense. And out comes REUNICLUS now that he knows he can't be tricked. So I'm just gonna Parting Shot here. I'm making a Dark Pulse, but I don't think I would have done that much anyway. I guess I'll calc it real quick, just out of curiosity. Grimmsnarl into REUNICLUS. Oh yeah, actually, Dark Pulse will have 2 kills, so maybe I should have clicked that, but the risk of him going into Primarina is really high, and so I didn't feel comfortable making that play. But in hindsight, maybe I should have Dark Pulse. And now I'm in a really rough position because this REUNICLUS, obviously I don't have great responses to it. Yeah, I just go Okie Dokie, I'm pretty sure, yeah. This thing's just getting so much chip. And I do just have the gunk shot here. Like, I know I might go down, but I need to get the damage off on this or something else. Hippo comes in because why win it? I'm just gonna fire up a big gunk shot, do good chunk actually, and get the poison, so that helps a bit. Sandstorm goes away, which doesn't really change much. I am just gonna go into Sandaconda because I just didn't prep early enough for her power and didn't bring good like responses to it. Earthquake, do a tiny bit of damage. He take more poison. He's gonna switch. Does he go Ryu? He does go Ryugas, yeah, that's right. Ice Earthquake does about 20%, which means I'm not gonna 2 a kill once he tears, which is really bad. Where I just go Grim? Maybe staying actually. No, I want to preserve health on this because Entei is terrifying, so I did go Grimstone here. He's good. He's just a Trick Room, right? Trick Room is very scary because he has stuff like Hariyama and Primarina in the back. Yeah, I don't know why I gleamed there. I definitely should have Dark Pulse because, like, I'm slower anyway, but whatever. I can Parting Shot out the following turn. Yeah, that was a really bad play. He's going to TERA Electric here, which means I can't really do much to it with Brimstone anymore. And he's just going to TERA Blast. Going to do a good chunk. And I'm going to Gleam for about 35%, which isn't bad, but obviously now I'm really low, so I just have the Parting Shot. So I just die otherwise. And out comes Sandaconda, I believe, yeah. Or do I go Tank Roll here? Why would I? Okay, I go Tank Roll for some reason. As he has to recover, of course, makes sense. He wasn't, like, he had no reason not to. I believe I just double back into Grimmsnarl here. Yeah, there's 2 turns of Trick Room left. Also, Joy-Con Drift sucks. He's good Psychic. Yeah, it's gonna get me low, but not knock me out. Yeah, flip to him for a little bit of chip. And I figured, yeah, let's go back to Grimmsnarl. Hindsight, once again, I could have just like gone in for us and started punching holes, but I don't know why I was so afraid to send that mon in. Just go Parting Shot because why? What else would I do? Yep. So just Parting Shot out. Oh, yeah, I sacked Tank Roll because, like, what else am I gonna do? Maybe I could have gone Conda, actually. I probably should have gone Conda because I could have gone in pretty low. Oh, yeah. Well, Terra Blast is gonna knock out Tentacle. And I am just going to go Okie Dokie. This Trick Room's over, so I can at least like claim a kill here. So at least get. I'm not 6-0 BC has to sack something here. Just walk into close combat. He has to like to sack off his Snorlax, which is a good play. Like there's no reason it's so low now. Yeah. It also gives me the drops, which is really annoying because that means something else can force me out after. Because now I don't like take a hit from stuff very well. Primarina's gonna come in because I'm locked in. He knows I'm locked into close combat. And forced out. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I think I just sacked this here. You can try to get damage on this thing. Yeah, sorry. Safe combat do a ton, showing it's very offensive. It's gonna put me asleep. Man has 2 sings, kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. Obviously, I wish I had been able to. I mean, if I dodged one, I could maybe okay, but it is what it is. Now I have to go Ampharos. Like, what else? I can't go another play. And I believe this time I just fire off my Meteor Beam. Either that or I agility. I TERA because there's no reason not to, and I think I do try an agility here. Yeah, I actually decided not to TERA. He's going to Moonblast. Unfortunately, he is going to get the special attack drop, and that is pretty much going to seal up the game. With the special attack drop, Ampharos isn't strong enough to break for the rest of the team, unfortunately. Obviously, I have to Meteor Beam to get back to +0, but it's just not going to matter. I'm just going to fire that off. Knock out the Primarina. So it's down to a 4-0 now, so it could be worse, I guess. But being at +0 means REUNICLUS can easily come in, tank any hit, and instead of Trick Room again, win the game. I am just going to fire up the TERA Blast here. It's my best way to hit this thing. However, it's too little too late. Like, there's nothing I can do anymore at this point. TERA Blast does... It shows that with that damage it would have 2 KO'd if I had the special attack boost, but it doesn't really matter. You can just get Trick Room and KO my last 3 Pokemon. Not sure why I preserved this. I don't get that. I mean, I guess I wanted some offense left, but yeah, no, this game is over. Just go for TERA Blast, knock out Grimmsnarl. I'm just going to say Anaconda since Ampharos dies anyway. And Anaconda probably dies, but I wasn't completely sure. And I'm just going to fire off an Earthquake here. Because, again, like, I've lost this game. There's nothing I can really do. I'm going to Earthquake. He reveals Flame Orb. And he has enough turns left in Trick Room to just KO the rest of... Well, now he's getting rid of Flame Orb. He has enough turns of Trick Room to KO the rest of my team. So he'll just take out the last 2 with Hariyama. Yes, we're just confirming that I'm going as... Gutsquist Combat does knock out Anaconda from that range. I don't know. That might be a roll, actually. Let me see. No, that I was like just barely in range of the min roll. And of course I just have to send an Ampharos to die. So unfortunately after our huge 5-0 win over Jesse last week, we are going to take a big 4-0 loss to Aimel. Great prep to Aimel, great play to Aimel. He did very well. I'm very disappointed in how I prepped and played this game. I know I was in the right mindset, but I know I could have at least gotten this closer. So that's unfortunate. I definitely am not proud of this game's performance, so I hope in playoffs I can fight Aimel again and get some revenge and give him a better game. However, that's going to be it for me. So have a good afternoon, evening, night, or morning, everyone. Thanks for checking me out.